Happy Valley comes up on Wednesday night with Hong Kong Racing returning to the city circuit for a 9-race program. Welcome into Racing to Win, where we have it covered for you all on the show. And joined on the panel today by both Paul Lally and Tom Wooden. Tom, what can we look forward to?
Good race coming up in the final event, Mark. The final event with the likes of co-partner Prance going around. He's looking to win again. And Our Lucky Glory's been able to win his last couple, has Our Lucky Glory for Chris So. His stable's going particularly well at the moment, a double at the weekend. He's coming back up in grade to those. So interesting clash with the weight spread between those two.
It is indeed. We will preview that race on the show, Paul. But the jackpot hunters, are they out in force this week?
They are. There's a couple of good jackpots there. The triple trio of 2.5 million, so that should get over the 5 million mark. And the 6-up win bonus is at 2.7 million, so that should get over 7 million. So look, it looks quite a tricky race. I think co-partner Prance, as you mentioned, might be a bit of a banker for a few people in the last.
He does go up 10 pounds in weight for his last win, though, does co-partner Prance. Big day on a Sunday, though, with a new trainer joining the 1000 club. Tom, his name, Ricky PFU.
Yes, he had a great day. 3 winners across the course of Sunday or Saturday it was at Sha Tin, and did a fantastic job with his runners there, and a few lightly tried runners that he's got in his stable that were able to score as well, particularly in that last race with the Northern Hemisphere gelding. But he joins an illustrious list there. John Moore, of course, leads that up, Paul, with John Size and Tony Cruz not too far away with Casper Founds. But Ricky's been a terrific trainer. He's got a great eye for a nice yearling as well.
Yeah, he's picked up some very good ones. He's had some pretty good horses over the years.
And let's relive some of those very, very good horses he has had right now.
Champion trainer is Ricky Yiu.
Very King Prawn for Stephen King coming through. Very King Prawn too good. Very King Prawn for Stephen King wins it. Sacred Kingdom claiming the 2009 spread. Sacred Kingdom clear from Happy Zero and Sunny King. What a great performance by Sacred Kingdom. Sacred Kingdom rests the lead from Sweetsonet, but the King's back in his throne, Sacred Kingdom.
The horse of the year, Linhua Shanfei.
Sacred Kingdom puts his neck in front. Rocket Man's trying to kick, but Sacred Kingdom wins it for Hong Kong.
Ultra Fantasy jumping out of the round dasher. Go, go. Ultra Fantasy wins the sprinters.
Dynamic Blitz in front, and it's one for Honkers. Dynamic Blitz. Amber Sky in front. Chalk one up for Hong Kong. Amber Sky. Boyd Bubbles running it strongly. And Jamie Carr for the Classic Mile.
A very good performance last time out. Ricky Yiu gets his first Classic Mile.
Boyd Bubble, the Classic Mile winner. What a win in the Derby.
And as you saw in the graphic, he didn't stop at 1,000 on Saturday. He moved on to 1,002 with a treble across the 10-race program. Light as far as numbers go on a Wednesday night for Ricky, Tom, and not quite the calibre of horse that he has running that we saw in that package.
No, Sweet Diamond I think has got some sort of a chance. He was a winner at his last start. I think it was down in Class 5 as well for him. So he's won off a rating of I think 50 or 52 earlier on in his career. So he's still capable with a lightweight. And Solar Partner I thought wasn't bad last time out, considering this hasn't traditionally been his grade.
Yeah, so he ran really well. There's a lot of money for him too last time. So I think he'll run well. And the other one, Awesome Flute, he's a pretty new horse to the stable as well.
Yeah, he is. We'll have a look at his trial in the show as well. But they are 3 runners for Ricky Yiu at this meeting on Wednesday night. The details for it, with the 9 races to be competed for on the C course. Meeting number 72. We get underway at 20 minutes to 7. The 3rd and the 9th. The Class 3 1800 and the Class 3 1200 are the 2 preview races on the show. The 3rd has Winning Dragon at the top of the book, carrying 135 pounds. Gallant Wakings only had 1 start over the 1800. He ran home to run 4th. Noble Pursuit's never missed a top 4 at the Valley. Bravehearts has won a trial since his last start. Awesome Fluke. Ricky's put the pacifiers on for the first start for the new stable. Quantum Patch looking to turn around what he's done over the 1650 metre course so far, because that's been all his form. 3 goes at 1800 for nothing. Devildom has the blinkers going back on, the tongue tie off, an intrepid winner wins off ratings of 68 and 63 here, Paul, with Flamingo Trillion leading, giving a good run to Winning Dragon. Noble Pursuit up outside the pace.
Yeah, look, Flamingo Trillion led all the way last start, so I'm sure they'll try and do something similar. Awesome Flukes trialled well recently. He won't be too far away. Gallant Waking, he might be just slightly closer. Devildom likes to sit midfield. Braveheart, Storm White gets back. And Quantum Patch, he always gets back as well.
And as a look at the speed map, we're going to stay with Flamingo Trillion right now. Nick out at Sha Tin on Tuesday morning to have a chat to his rider, Derek Leung.
Derek, Flamingo Trillion looks like a nice ride for you on Wednesday night. I imagine you must have been pleased to get another win on him last time out.
Yes, well, he's been very honest, and last time it's raining, the track's wet, so he got a benefit, and yeah, we're happy to see him to win.
How important was that for him, Derek, the fact that there was a bit of sting out of the ground? I know I spoke to Frankie Laurie's trainer before the race, and he seemed to think that the sort of the wet conditions would suit him. How important is that to him?
Well, some horse wet track they don't feel comfortable, but this horse he feels very comfortable. He just keeps stretching his leg.
He's interesting. I mean, he's gone on all sorts of ground, hasn't he? Good to firm and good as well, so he's quite versatile. You've drawn another good gate here in through. Well, I say another good gate. You've got a better gate, so I guess that's going to make your life a little bit easier.
We finally have some good gate, so try to use him in the beginning. Try to positive, lead, second, third. It doesn't matter.
It's interesting, actually. It leads me on to my next question. I mean, last time out, just watching the race back and looking at his previous form, you had him that little bit closer in the run. Was that always the idea?
Yes, well, he have a good early speed, and he's picked one pace, so always up handy is better for him.
And he's proven himself, Derek, in this grade, so I guess you'd be fairly confident, even with a little bit more weight, that he can certainly go close again.
Yeah, if he go handy and the pace suitable for him, I think he's pretty tough.
Number of those horses clash again. We saw in the replay during that interview, Tom. Flamingo Trillion the one to beat, or do you think he could be beatable this week?
I think he could be beatable. That meeting that we saw on the 24th, Paul, you basically had to be in the first 4 or first 5 to win. So I think there's a few other sort of runs that can be upgraded, not only just in this race, but through the course of the meeting. So it'll be interesting to see how some of that form does stack up, because it was not necessarily just this meeting, but there's been a few meetings at Happy Valley where that has been the case.
The thing with Flamingo Trillion too is 2 of his wins now been on rain-affected tracks as well, and there's very good weather this week in Hong Kong. I don't think it's going to be rain-affected.
No, not at all. Supposed to be sunny days for the middle part of the week at least. Interesting on your speed map, Paul, that Gallant Waking you had much closer in the run, and he's sit just off them and fly home sort of horse, so he's going to land in the right spot too.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he's quite a good chance in this race, Gallant Waking. So look, he's going to come wide. He's going to run on strongly, and he's going to be right there at the finish, I think.
Yeah, he should be, but just have to obviously wonder if the colder the better for him, because that's when we've seen him produce some of his best runs when he's ridden right towards the back of the field and has that last crack at them in the straight.
We move on to the next replay, which does feature Gallant Waking. We've spoken about him. Winning Dragon, Tom, he runs through and finishes second, but he's had 2 starts since this race and disappointed a touch. Quantum Patch, he runs 7th there, so he hasn't been seen since the 17th of April.
I just wonder with Winning Dragon, I know he's a horse that they'll try and push forward and go and sit up on the pace with him. He covered a bit of ground in the early stages last time out. If he's just sort of got to maybe his mark for this season, he's off a rating of 79, he won off 73. And so look, I don't think Quantum Patch is the worst either. He won a recent trial up at Chunfa quite easily by 3.5 lengths.
Yeah, and he was running on again there, and he just needs a bit of pace in the race, and he might get it in the smallish field.
We'll talk about Quantum Patch's trial shortly after we see what this horse has done. Paul, this is Awesome Fluke. He's only had 1 trial since joining the Ricky Yiu stable. It was on a rainy morning. Draws barrier number 1. He was hard ridden in the straight.
He was, wasn't he? Look, it's hard to sort of gauge off this exact trial. I mean, one of his best runs is his debut run over the 1400 at Sha Tin. They did try him at Happy Valley once over the 1800, and he finished towards the back. So look, I was happy to watch him on his stable debut.
Yeah, he's probably been a bit disappointing, really. He won the West Australian Derby prior to arriving. Only beat 6 other rivals in that race in a Group 2 race over 2,400 metres onto what was rated a good track, and he won that by a length. So he probably goes down as a bit disappointing, really, on what he came here as a sort of a lofty target for him.
On the flip side of that, Tom, here is the trial you mentioned up at Chung Fa for Quantum Patch. Just over 1,000 metres too, and his best form is over 1,650. He has to turn around what he's done at 1,800 metres, but for a horse that likes racing over distance, he's trialled well over 1,000.
Yeah, he raced really handy in this trial too, Mark did. Quantum Patch. Last start he was back in midfield, looked a bit one pace, but in the end he strode clear to win this. Some of these trials can be a bit hit and miss at Chung Fa as well with the pace that they run at, but he could only win by 3.5 lengths there. He's only a one-time winner. He's had a few minor placings, Paul. I thought he probably would have maybe chalked up one or two before the end of the season.
Yeah, and he has shown a good turn of foot at times, hasn't he? Sort of coming down the outside. So, look, I'm going to include him, but just on a minor line first.
Of course, Francis Lloyd, Tom, has Gallant Waking, Pierre with Quantum Patch, and the gap has really closed between them.
The gap has really closed. Pierre's horses have had a fair bit of racing this season, and France has got quite a few horses in his stable that are rated 52 that we haven't seen yet. Pierre's got a few of the same, but a few of Pierre's raced horses, Paul, are just starting to maybe sort of peak and hit their mark, where Francis is still bringing a few new ones in at the bottom.
Yeah, he has. So it's going to go right down to the wire, I think. It's a good little contest within a contest.
It has been a really interesting trainers' premiership this year, with Pierre so far in front and Francis pulling it back at the margin. But we need to win a Paul for race number 3, please.
Going to go with Noble Pursuit here. I think he can just be outside the lead, and he's been racing really consistently. Gallant Waking in the small field, Flamingo Trillion from the front, and then Quantum Patch from the back. 3-2-7-6.
Went with Noble Pursuit here again for Casper Founds and Hugh Bowman from barrier number 6, and last time out he wasn't too far from them. He got sort of held up at a crucial point around the home turn as well last start. Did Noble Pursuit. He's obviously done well since his last start. He's up 18 pounds in body weight, and he has won course and distance in the past. So I think with a 3-pound turnaround he can beat Flamingo Trillion here, who has been on those rain-affected tracks recently. Quantum Patch goes in as well, and he trialled nicely, as we saw off the video there before, at Chung Fa. And Gallant Waking, if he gets the speed to suit here as well, watch out for him to be dashing home at to the end. He's 5 pounds better off with Flamingo Trillion for that 2-length beating last time out. But 3 Noble Pursuit on top, ahead of 7, 6 and 2.
That has been the first part of Racing to Win. Break time right now. Back with plenty more after this, including the last run reminder and a look at a really good race, race number 9. Welcome back to Racing to Win. We are previewing Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Of course, Racing to Win, the twice-weekly preview show for racing in Hong Kong, including the last run reminder, Paul, and you're going to a speed race, race 6, number 2, Fortune Warrior.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's drawn 12. Now, his only win came off from barrier number 12. He drew 12 last time, and he had to work really hard, and they went really quick, and he stayed on really nicely here for second. Now, there's even more pace in this race, so it's going to make it a little bit difficult for him from barrier number 12. But he is a horse in form at the moment. He's won off a similar rating, and you can see they went almost half a second faster than standard, and it took him a while to get across. The thing that worries me a little bit here is the draw again. If he draw 1 to 5, I would have thought he would have got a nice run to the lead, but he might have to work again. But he'll give you a good run for your money. He's quite an honest horse, even though he's just won the one time. He's had numerous placings this season, including this one.
Who blinks first in this race? You've got Happy Horse drawn barrier 3, Fortune Warrior 1 for all, Super Commander.
Yeah, I think Super Commander will lead. He seems to have the most pace, although he is with a new trainer now, so we'll see how he goes.
He is indeed. Sergeant Pepper, who beat him in that race, Paul, up 16 pounds on his back for a senior rider, so he should have him covered.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
All right, so Paul's last run reminder is race 6, number 2, Fortune Warrior. That's the pick of them. You can find out plenty more last run reminders on the website, hkjc.com. It is all there for you. What do you usually 6 or 7 a meeting? Last run reminders?
There's 15 actually.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do a couple of races just to have a look at and see how they go, and the strike rate's not too bad at the moment.
Okay, there it is. 16, 15. 15, 16. That's plenty. I thought it was only 6 or 7.
Yeah. Dude, always working, you know.
Yeah, giving. All right, race number 9. This is a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, and winning ICS on the Class Drop has the blinkers off. Co-partner Prancer's looking to make it 4 in a row, but does have an extra 10 pounds on his back. America Spexos off a career high racing at the moment. Super Winner's best form is over at Sha Tin. Healthy's been back to Chungfa and won at the trials up there. Never Too Soon ran second to co-partner Prance last time. 2-week turnaround for a Solar Partner. Eagle is a 3-time course and distance winner. California Touch has been in form his last 2. Our Lucky Glory comes up in grade and down to Happy Trio and Magic Phoenix. The pace here, Paul, good with the California Touch and co-partner Prance. And of course, Healthy and Super Winner have both shown plenty of pace in the past too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of speed in this race. Those 4 horses, but all like to go forward. I think Zac will be very positive on co-partner Prance because he won't want to get caught wide from barrier 7. So he might have to try and get outside California Touch. While all that happens, I thought Happy Trio might just get that nice trail in behind.
There's a horse looking to make it 4 wins in succession. The man to steer him to try and do that is Zac Purton, and here's Zac with Nick.
Zac, Happy Valley coming up on Wednesday. Nice ride for you in the last. Co-partner Prance, 3 rides, 3 wins.
He's done a good job, hasn't he? He's still learning what it's about. He's not the easiest horse to ride in the mornings. I don't get the pleasure of riding him in the mornings because he's too difficult. So I'm just the race day jockey, and he even tests me out there. But he's been doing a lot of things right. He's got good speed, puts himself in the right spot. I think the track bias and the softer ground helped him the other day. That made the margin look probably more flattering than it might have been on a firmer track. But you know, he's doing a good job, and hopefully he can do it again.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously doing a few things wrong. I mean, obviously, you know, you probably made it look a lot easier than it perhaps is on his back. But I mean, last time out, he looked tractable. You were able to put him where you wanted, and he extended nicely for you.
Well, it's the first time in the 3 times that I've ridden him that he's relaxed mid-race. The first time he over-raced really badly. The second time he was still strong, and last time he relaxed. So he's starting to work it out now that he's getting a little bit further into it, which he'll need to do. But when he was at the top of Class 4 with a lot of weight, he struggled to carry that weight and only beat Class 5 horse. He's got top weight, or near top weight here in Class 3, and it's a stronger field, so that's his test.
We've seen this movie before, Gate 7C course. That doesn't complicate things too much for you?
Depends how he jumps, right? If he gets out clean, he puts himself in the right spot.
Just as far as his progression is concerned, I mean, they've put him up 9, so obviously they haven't missed him, but how much do you think there is still to come from him? I mean, he's doing a good job, Francis, with him.
It's probably a little bit unfair by the handicapper, because when you get those biased tracks, the margins can be a little bit deceiving. So they've made it hard for him, but Francis is going good, the stable's going well, and hopefully we can just copy and paste with what we've been doing.
Co-partner Prance is the horse. Zac Purton is his jockey. Tom, this is co-partner Prance's report card, and it's very impressive reading at Happy Valley.
Yeah, winning over Valhalla, My Intelligent a couple of runs ago, and then did it comfortably over Never Too Soon. So he's got a further 10 pounds to carry this time round. Never Too Soon's got an 8-pound turnaround with him, but he's been doing a good job this season, Paul. He's only missed top 4 once from 7.
Yeah, look, he's been very consistent horse, and he looks quite progressive as well. But as Zac said, this is his sternest test. He wouldn't want to take it too short a price about it.
And he's not the only form horse in the race, Paul. Glory Cloud has been going terrifically, having won his last 2. They have been down in Class 4, just carries 119 pounds for the rise in grade. Not only is the horse racing well, Christo's horses are flying.
Our Lucky Glory, yeah, look, he's going nicely here. You can see him well back and finishing off really strongly as he comes down. So another one that's in really good form at the moment. He's won his last couple and he's going well.
I just wonder about him though, because he's only a 1-time winner in this grade from 17. I know he's drawn well. He's placed second off 67 in the past. So it's just when he gets up to these sort of marks, he doesn't tend to win too often.
What did I call him?
Glory Cloud.
Oh, he beat Glory Cloud, so only half a fail there. That's the look you gave me. I knew I'd done something wrong. OK, on to winning IC. Tom, now, he's been up to Chungfa and trialled up there. We're going back 2 starts ago because he's since run on the all-weather, but he does love Happy Valley.
Yeah, he got a bit keen in that all-weather race last time out. Been a while since he's won this guy, 405 days, but look, he battled on fairly last time out. This run behind Bonza Perla was good. You've got to go all the way back to the middle part of February for it, but I think he comes in here nicely, Paul. A 4-time course and distance winner, has had a quiet trial up at Chungfa. I think he's right in this with the claim.
Yeah, well, last one was off 74. He's at this 81 mark, so the claim does bring him down to give him his opportunity.
Caspar, he has quite a strong team in, Paul, including winning IC, but what of the horses in races 2, 3, 5 and 6?
3D Warrior went well. It was his last start. I think Noble Pursuit can win. I think Glory Cloud can definitely win. Camino we haven't seen on the track for a long time, so he'll be a watch for me. Family Fortune ran on a little bit, but it's never trialled at Happy Valley. I don't mind Fairy Horse at a price.
Yeah, he ran well last time out to Ferry Horse. We haven't seen Camino for a long time, but I actually think he's been trialling okay. So I thought maybe 1,000 metres, a good draw. They could be positive with him, maybe.
Yeah, he's in the Fortune Warrior race. 3 trials he has had and is going to get a perfect trip behind a lot of speed is Camino. As we move on, Tom, to California Touch, who's been better. Solar Partner, Happy Trio and Armour Eagle also come out of this replay.
Yeah, well, looking here at California Touch, when he was able to win, of course, he led all of the way and then ran into an informed Colourful Emperor last time out and just seemed to peak on his run, sort of the final 200 metres. So I've left him out in this race. And you've also got their Solar Partner, who wasn't too bad here as well, Paul, but I've also left him out too.
I'd put them in. I just thought those two, California Touch can get his own way in front. So I think the way the tracks have been running, that's why I didn't want to leave them out.
They go in for Paul, not for Tom. What about Healthy Paul? He's a horse that has won 3 times this season. Alexis Bedell and Pierre Rung. Highest winning rating is 61. He runs off a rating of 69. And Americ to Spexo is not usually too far away.
Yeah, they're both drawn awkwardly. Americ to Spexo is going to have to go back, I think, from his wide draw. And I thought Healthy, if he goes forward, he could be trapped wide.
I just thought with the way he's going at the moment, Americ to Spexo, he's worth throwing in for exotics. Drawn barrier 12, not totally ideal for him. He's had this quiet trial up at Chungfa. Chased home Colourful Emperor last time out. He was staying on. He ran 3rd to Sugar Sugar. He won over Atomic Force. And he was 4th to the informed horse Tomodachi Kokoro around Happy Valley. So he has been going well.
And placed off this rating 2 starts ago. Americ to Spexo. Good race, Paul. Who are you with?
Yeah, I think it is. It's quite open, but I'm going to go with co-partner Prance. I just wouldn't. Hopefully he doesn't come up too short. Our Lucky Glory, now he's in form. I think he can place in this grade, and then California Touch and Solar Partner out of that race. 2:10.97.
2 on top for me as well, the co-partner Prance. I've got a feeling because he's won 3 in a row, he could be overbet in this race as well, co-partner Prance. So wouldn't want to take a short price. Winning Icy with the claim, Americ to Spexo, and never too soon. He's got a turnaround in the weights of £8 on co-partner Prance. So 2, 1, 3 and 6.
That's race number 9 indeed. The 2 Class 3 races have been covered on the show. You can find a race-by-race preview with Paul's selections on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. But it's best time.
Yeah, I'm going to go really going much earlier than this. Race 1, number 1. Chair for South, downgraded with the Apprentice claim. I think he'll be tough to beat. The Long Short Fairy Horse, we touched on him earlier on race 8, number 6 with Casper. Now look at him in these blue colours. This was over 1,000 metres, so he'll step up and trip. It was his first run here at Happy Valley, and I just really like the way he picked off a lot of horses here in the run. Coming up this extra distance, I think looks really good for him. So his best work was definitely late. Hopefully he's a price, make him the long shot, and then we'll do the play in the last with co-partner Prance, California Touch from the front, and our Lucky Glory, 2:9.10 QQP.
Another Casper Founds runner here, Noble Pursuit, race 3, number 3. Just before we roll this video in here, he was held up on the turn and just cost him a little bit. He stayed on well behind Flamingo with Trillion. He's obviously got a turnaround and the weights on him this time around. He's a course and distance winner. Hugh Bowman is riding, so thought he'd go close again. Noble Pursuit, just a 4-year-old, a 3-time winner of his 9 starts. Never gave it away there at all. The value comes up in race number 7, number 2, Gallant Hero for Brenton Abdullah and David Hall. He's about on his last winning mark. Stable certainly in form, and the play race 3, 3, 6 and 7.
Mentioned him not too long ago, Glory Cloud, when he was racing Our Lucky Glory. There wasn't too much between them. Our Lucky Glory's won 2 in a row. Glory Cloud, it was a great ride by Hugh Bowman in defeat. He had every chance, but he's getting close to a victory up to start number 6 now. Holy Powers never missed a top 4 around Happy Valley. And from barrier number 1, hopefully that will remain the case and will add another win to his credit on Wednesday night. And the play, race 5, a forecast. Glory Cloud to beat Winning Heart, who hasn't quite been as good since he won 3 starts ago, but it is a very winnable race outside of Glory Cloud. Few chances amongst them. This is the diary. We've got racing on Sunday from Sha Tin. An earlier trackside live start 12:15 with a Japanese simulcast race, and Wednesday night is the domain, Tom, of Happy Valley for the next couple of weeks as well. And then Sha Tin on Sunday features a Class 1.
It does, in that race as well as Supreme Lucky. Gee, he was big last time out.
Yeah, wide all the way and still stayed on and won. Taj Dragon dropping in grade at the races he's been running in.
He's indeed. That has been Racing to Win. We'll see you, Happy Valley, for the first at 6:40.